Hi there. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you needed your measurements taken urgently? What did you do in that situation? Did you get a sister, a friend, a neighbor, somebody do it for you? Or did you go into town looking for a tailor to do it for you? Such inconvenience for something that you can actually do by yourself. Oh yes, I am telling you now that you can take your measurement by yourself. Now, in this video, I am going to show you just how to do that. But first of all, I want you to note two things. Before you go ahead to take your measurement, you must put two things in place. And the number one thing is that you must have on your right bra. Your outing bra, that bra, that's your best bra that you wear when you want to dress up. You must have it on so that your measurement around your bust region can be accurate. Then number two is that if you are the girdle wearing type, the body trainer type, you must have it on too, so that the same effect, so that the measurement around your waist can be correct. Not that when by the time you have your order delivered to you, it will not be perfect. So all these are the two things you have to put in place before you go ahead to take your measurements. Now, having said this, there are two things again that you need to know. you know I know that there are some of you that are watching might be conversant with this, but then I know that there are those who are complete novice when it comes to this. So, and one of the things I want you to know is the tape, how the tape is supposed to be used, the tape measure, how is it supposed to be used, you know and the next thing I want you to know is the places that you need to measure. Before I go on, it is important that you know how to use the tape measure. Now, the tape measure is calibrated in inches and in centimeters. The inches is on one side and the centimeters is on the other side. Now, if you look at this, you will see lines. Each of these line represents inches. And in between those lines, just before the lines, there are numbers. Those numbers represent how many inches there are. So, for example, if you measure from here to here, it means you have measured 3 inches. You have 3 inches measurement. Now, in between these numbers, there are other lines. You can see it. You can see it here. This line are fractions of inches. Now, this one is represents half of an inch, while this other one represents quarter of an inch. So if you take a measurement and it falls somewhere here, it means you have 4 inches and a quarter of an inch. If it is here, it means you have 4 inches, 4.5 inches. So the same thing goes for the centimeter side. The centimeter from here to here is 1 cm, from here to the next line is another cm, and then there are fractions too in between them. Now, I will advise that whenever you are taking your measurement, you indicate from which side of the tape that you use to take your measurement. Although, I will say you stick with the inches because that is more commonly acceptable all over the world. So you stick with the inches, do your measurement from the inches side. But perhaps you choose to take from the centimeter, it's still okay. But please do indicate it that your measurement was from the centimeter side. For example, if you took your measurement, your bust measurement, and it is here at 40, your bust circumference stops here at 40. It means that your bust measurement is 40 inches. If it's somewhere here, if it's in between 40 and 41, it means it is 40.5 inches. Now, on the centimeter side, you are going to have 103 centimeters. So somebody that has a bust of 40.5 has your bust measure in centimeters is 103. Okay? So that's that. It's important that you note this. Okay, now I'm going to show you the places that you need to measure. As a woman, there are places that you need to measure to make up your measurements So let's go. Basically, here are the places that you need to measure. And that's starting from for your width measurements. We have the shoulder. So you take your shoulder, the shoulder is from one shoulder blade to the other shoulder blade. So this is the shoulder. It's also referred to as the back. So you take this place to here, and whatever you find there is what your back measurement is. So you jot it down. Now you take your bust. Taking measurement of your bust is putting the tape round your bust, the biggest part of your breast, like here. For example, this lady now, uh model, this is to take her bust measurement. This is what I will do. So in taking your own, you are going to pass it like this. So this is the bust. So you take the measure of this place, you have your bust. You take the measure of this place is called round bust. You have your round bust. And then for your waist, you take the measure of this place, just around your midriff. So this is your waist. And then this is your hip. In measuring it, put your tape around the biggest part of it, the biggest part of your hip. That is where your hip measurement is. So you take that too. So those are what you have for your width measurement. Now, for the length measurement, first of all, you start your measure from here. You know, like if you want to check your breast point, you place your tape measure on your shoulder there and place it on where your nipple is. That is what is called your breast point. Then from there you proceed to right under your bust. That is where your under bust measure is, you know. And then you proceed to your midriff. So, and that is called the half length. So your half length, whatever you get from your shoulder to your midriff, is your half length. And then you want to get a measure for your blouse length. You go all the way, depending on the type of blouse that you want to make. It could be 24, it could be 23, it could be 26. It depends, you know. If it is a long one, you take it up to however you want it to get to. So if it's a crop top, it should be somewhere here. It should be somewhere here, just around your tummy, around your waist. So that's that for this thing. And then for your skirt measurement, you take your skirt measurement from here up to where you want it to get to. How long do you want your skirt to be? Do you want it to be a mini skirt? You just take where you want it. If you want it on your knee, you take it on your knee. If you want it all the way down, you can take it all the way down. However you want it. If you want it to flow, you take it however you want, you know. And then for your dress measurement, you start from the shoulder and take it all the way. Take it across your breast and take it all the way however you want it. How long do you want it? You want it on your knee? You want it all the way down? So it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Now that you know the names of the places that you need to take your measurement, I am now going to show you how you can do that by yourself.
Action.
Hello and welcome back. Now this is how to take your measurement by yourself. But before then, pick up a pen and pick up a jotter before you go ahead, because that's where you're going to jot down whatever you find. So now this is how I take my measurement. So you pick up your tape, you place it on one shoulder bone and take it to the other shoulder bone for your shoulder measurement. That is it. So you bring it forward. Whatever you find there, you jot it on your jotter. And then the next measurement you take is going to be your bust. Place the tape round your bust just the way I'm doing it, in the way it will be comfortable with for you. Just the way I'm doing it. Place it. Take note of my back. It's not drooping. It's not high. It's just around where my bust is. So make sure it is this way. And then whatever you find there, you jot it down. So the next thing to measure is under your bust. This is under your bust. You place your tape round it. Make it comfortable. If it is too tight, you may not be comfortable in it. So make it in a way that it will be comfortable, just like this, you know. And then you jot it down. So the next measure, okay, If you have a belt on, please take it out. I have to take out this belt. Okay, so the next thing is your waist. How do you want it? How tight do you want it to be? How firm? How do you like your waist to be? So you make it in a way that you are comfortable. You look at it, how many is it? You write it down. So the next measurement is your hip. Like I said earlier, it's the biggest part of your hip. The same goes for your bust, the biggest part of your bust. That's where you're taking. Move the tape around in a way that you will be comfortable in it, just like this. And whatever you find, you jot it down. Okay, that's that for width. Although you can take your thigh if you want to make a trouser or a shirt, you can take your thigh too if you want that. But these are the basic characteristics. So now, for your width, you take first you take your measurement, you measure from the shoulder, just here, just at the nape of your neck. You take it to your breast point. From the shoulder to your breast point, that's your nipple. That's where it's called breast point, your nipple point. Whatever you find there, you write it down. Then you proceed to directly under your breast, like this. That is your um underbust. That's your underbust measurement. You write it. Then you come to your half length, whatever it is, you write it. Then if you want to measure for a blouse, then you just proceed on to where you want the blouse to get to. Like this my blouse, for example, the length of this my blouse is 28. So you write it. If you want your blouse here, you write it. If you want it a little longer, the same thing too. So that's for the length. Then if you want a dress, if you are taking your measurement for a dress, you just from the shoulder too, you take it down. Don't forget that you have to hold it, because if you don't hold it and bend it, you are going to bend over now. If you don't hold the tape and you bend over, it will not be accurate. Please hold it. Watch what I'm doing and do it exactly the way I'm doing it. Okay, you have this here, you are holding it here, you leave it and hold it here, you leave it and hold it here. Where do you want your gown to get to? Do you want it a micro gown? If it is here, you have your measurement already with your legs straight. You write it. If you want it a little lower, hold it here and go down. You write it. If this is your knee length, this is my knee length, this is where me I like mine, so I write it. If you want a long dress, take it all the way down to whatever length you want it to get to, and then you jot it down. That's the reason for which you have the jotter. Okay, having said that, you need to take measurements for your arm too, the length of your sleeve. To take the measurement for the length of your sleeve, place your tape here, just at the bone, your shoulder bone, and if you want the full length, stretch out your hand like this, and whatever it is, mine is 24 from here. My full length is 24. Then if you want it 3/4 length, whatever, however you want it to be, my 3/4 length is 16, and my short sleeve length, I could use 10, I could use 12. So it all depends on what you want. Like I said, it all depends on what you want. Okay, all right. So that, then you need to take the measure of your bicep. So to take the measure of your bicep, place the tape here and bring it. Like I said, comfort is important. Make it as comfortable as you want it to be. Mine is 15. I don't know what yours will be. Your own could be 14, it could be 16, anyhow. That's for arm round sleeve. It's called round sleeve. It's called round sleeve. Then for here, you check it too. Mine is 13. Then for your wrist too, depending on how tight you want it to be. If I'm making a shirt, my wrist will be 9 inches. I don't know what yours will be. So that's just it. It's as simple as that. So from now on, you don't need to run helter skelter looking for somebody to take your measurement for you when you can actually do it yourself. You see how simple it is. Now, I'm sure you are going to practice this. Next time you need your measurement urgently, just pick up a tape, pick up a jotter, pick up a pen, and go ahead to do it yourself and send it to your tailor to make something for you. I hope you like this video. If you do, please press the like and please subscribe to